What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. We got some college hoops to talk about, so let's just jump into it. Today was day one, I think, of a two-parter. We had the ACC championship game tonight. We had, during the middle of the day, we had the, oh gosh, why am I already freaking blanking on it? We had the Big East, we had the ACC, the Big 12. Anybody else? Who else played today? I mean, we had some semifinal games, one between Maryland and Michigan. We also had the Tennessee-Auburn game. We also had, we had a lot of basketball action. So a lot of the semifinals were today, but then we had three conference championships today. I believe tomorrow finishes up conference championship play, and then we'll just roll right into, how things go with Selection Sunday. I think that's all just going to start mañana. Let's do, because right now they're doing Sports Center and stuff, so we'll talk about that maybe in a little bit. Let's get some music queued up, shall we? Let's get some music queued up. Also, the other thing turn this down just a little bit. All right. Ooh. Sorry that took forever. Where's my chat? Did I lose my chat? I think I lost my chat. Okay, we're good. Okay, we look good. Okay, we look good. Okay, we look good. Feel good. All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna go right here. Gonna send that right there. All right. So, all right. Let's talk about. You know what? Let's just talk about the games, how they went, score-wise, just throughout the day. We'll start first with the first game of the day, which was Michigan versus Maryland. This game was really entertaining. Halftime, it was 38-34. It looks like it had all the makings to be, hey, we got a good thing going here. And then in the second half was tight, contested matchup. I want to say the final 8 minutes, final 10 minutes of the game, and this will be a reoccurring theme throughout all these game breaks, is I would look away for a little bit and it'd be 74-74. Okay, look away for a little bit, cook lunch, start cooking something, grab a granola bar or something. Then I'd come back and the score would still be the same, where if Michigan made a three, Maryland would make a three right away, or if Maryland would make have a tough contested layup that missed, vice versa. They'd have another tight contested, the teams were just evenly matching point for point or missed shot for missed shot. It didn't feel like anybody was pulling away towards the end there. Now, one of the craziest things, and people are going to talk about this one forever, is how much time was left on the clock at the very end of the game, and how they just left Trey McDonaldson wide open to just drive the length of the court and just have an easy floater, layup. Yeah, it was a layup. It wasn't a floater, but just uncontested, just simple. Whoop. I definitely circle if there's any teams that are playing defense, because we saw it in the St. John's game against Creighton. Even when they were up 7, they were playing full court press. You could see how they drew up the play where, yeah, they're up by 7 and there's still 12 minutes to go in the game. Just how the defense was unrelenting. Every single timeout break, they had to write something up on how to get someone to release to go catch the ball and stuff, just on an inbound because of how crazy like both teams were playing defense. Like this thing was just, it was freaking crazy. But the way that the final play for Donaldson was written up, it was just perfect. You just, I mean, have him throw it in and then get it right back. Like it was just perfect, and like he just split the defense. Nothing, like there's nothing Maryland could have done. It just blew past everybody. Simple layup for the, you know, for the final game-winning shot. Now they did put, just with how time was, you didn't see the buzzer go off. Like there was 0.1 second left, but like they did put some time back on the clock. Tried to inbound it. It was no good. They ended up, you know, taking the loss. Like, because the inbound pass didn't even get to him. Like the inbound pass was pretty bad, and it fell short. So it is what it is. Maryland goes home. Michigan moves on to play in the final against, drumroll, Wisconsin. Who would have freaking thought that? Not me. Not me. That was freaking wild. Like, some of the shit that happened today was just freaking wild. The fact that, like, Tennessee won, Wisconsin won. Like, there were a lot of freaking upsets today. From Beast Mode, Packers are Super Bowl contenders. Yeah, maybe 10 years ago, bro. We haven't signed anybody this free agency. We're stinking it up. We're on cruise control right now, man. All right, here we go. Next game. Speaking of the Wisconsin game, let's go to it. There was the no foul call. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. That thing just got really contested, and it got really close really late. And I think it's funny that in my prediction for the Big Ten, I was talking about how, you never know. Like, one of these, it's always a Big Ten team every year where it's like Wisconsin or Michigan, or 1 year it was Ohio State, where it's like, you never know. They could just go on a little bit of a run and turn into a Cinderella. And, well, this year, for at least the Big Ten tournament, it's Wisconsin. And Wisconsin was ranked, oh gosh, let me think. I think Wisconsin was ranked, let me look it up. They were ranked 18 overall. I'm trying to see what they were ranked standings. Let me see the standings. Brackets. Hold on, let me do a Big Ten bracket. I think there are 5. Let me see this. Come on. What seed were they? Oh, come on. Oh, number 5. They were the 5th seed. Okay. So, yeah. Crazy. Crazy. So, let's see the box score, too. Let's see how this game ended. Yeah, I forgot that one too, because this is also what happened in the Arizona game. Wisconsin erased a 45-41 deficit with an 11-0 run in the second half. The Badgers were pushed to the very end, but used 4 straight points to make it 72-67 with 1:10 to play. Takeaways. That's kind of how it goes. We'll see Wisconsin against Michigan mañana. I'll probably be rooting for the Wolverines, because that's how the game between Houston and Arizona went. Arizona had the lead, 33-28. Arizona has had the lead, and the reporter and the announcers were talking about how this is exactly what happened in Tucson. Arizona had the lead at the end of the first half, but then things just started to slip and get away from them there at the very end. And, I mean, Caleb Love's airball at the very end didn't help. That's for damn sure. But the run 19-2 I think Houston went on a 19-2 run. So after having taken the lead 64, they didn't score another point. Like 2 points in the final 8. Like they just disappeared. And then, yeah, the very last shot, Caleb Love, a little bit of an air ball. But yeah, Houston, look at that. First ever, like Houston has been highly ranked in previous brackets. They've been the 1 seed a handful of times. But now they're, I think, being the 2 seed and having won the Big 12 championship, there's no way they're not going to be a 1 seed tomorrow. I think with Houston winning this as a 2 seed, with Duke winning it as a 1 seed, St. John's winning it as a 1 seed. Let me see NCAA men's. I want to look at rankings, standings. Teams, bracketology. Is there rankings? Ah, here we go. Rankings. Sorry. All right, Duke. Yeah, Duke is the number 1 overall. Then Houston. Then Auburn. Then Florida. Then Bama. Then St. John's. Then Michigan State. Then Tennessee. Texas Tech. And then Clemson. Okay, so looking at this, Duke's 1, Houston's 1, Auburn's 1, and Florida's 1. Like, that's just how it goes. It's like, okay, 1-1-1-1, 2-2-2-2, 3-3-3-3. Okay. So Duke won the ACC tonight. They'll be a 1 seed. Houston won the Big 12. They'll be a 1 seed. Auburn's out. I think the lowest that they could drop is a 3 seed. But odds of that happening, no. Like, Auburn will be probably... It's a... If Florida can win tomorrow against Tennessee, yes, Florida will jump Auburn. But I don't think Tennessee could go from the 8th seed and jump Auburn, if that makes sense. So, yeah. I know that kind of doesn't make sense when you're not, like what I'm trying to say here is I know Tennessee beat Auburn head-to-head, but for Tennessee to go from the 8th seed to jump all the way up to a 1 seed and take that 1 seed away from Auburn, I don't think theoretically that's going to happen. So, I think Auburn's going to stay at the 1. Ooh. Vikings are trading for 49ers running back Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason, after helping the 49ers offense, has signed a 2-year deal with over $7 million guaranteed to help the Vikings offense. Well, all right. Okay. Auburn and then Florida. I think if Florida can win the SEC tomorrow against Tennessee, they're as the 4 seed overall. I think they could lock up a 1 spot, and then Bama's not getting it, and then St. John's would be that other one. Because, yeah, Duke, Houston, already 1 locks. St. John's is a 1 lock. But we'll just see. We'll just see who that 4th 1 seed is as a lock. Like, if it's... It depends. Like if it's if Florida wins, it's going to be Florida. If Tennessee wins, it's going to be Auburn, and then Florida will probably be a 2 seed. Yeah. Who else? Then Michigan at 22 and Wisconsin at 18. I could see the highest. Because Louisville just lost their 13. They're not going to drop off the face of the planet. Ugh. But who else? Who else is over here? The hell? Creighton. Hold on, 1, 2. Damn, Creighton's not even ranked in the top 25. Okay. Okay, I see how it is. Creighton's still gonna make it though. Creighton's still gonna make it. They have to. Well, hold on. Let's check the. Creighton. Oh, Creighton's probably going to be the 8th seed in the West bracket. Okay. According to bracketology. But. Watch the NFL Network. They're doing a replay of the Super Bowl. And it just showed when Hines Ward scored a touchdown before halftime. Holy shit, I'm tired. Sorry, people. Had to blow my nose. Oh my hell. I feel good for like an hour or two. And then all of a sudden I want to stream and it's like, no, no, no. You're still... Collins? Man, I forgot that Charles Woodson got injured, but Collins too? Damn. All right, Rogers. No. So yeah, Duke. Yeah. I don't see any Tennessee. If Tennessee wins tomorrow, I could see them moving as high as a 2 seed. But again, this will all be determined mañana after gosh, who has to play tomorrow? Let's see what other games we got mañana. We have Cornell and Yale, Tennessee at Florida, George Mason against VCU, UAB against Memphis, and then Wisconsin versus Michigan. And all of these are going to be early as shit because they're going to stop around. Let me look at selection show start. Selection show Sunday time. The 16th, right? Selection show, 6 p.m. in the East, Sunday, March 16th on CBS. Yeah, so go figure. Because everybody has to play. Because, okay, so let's say Wisconsin wins and beats Michigan and they have an automatic bid over Michigan. It's like, okay, where would we put Michigan? UAB, who's not even ranked, they beat 16th ranked Memphis. UAB gets an automatic bid, so it's like, okay. And like okay, so the last game tips off at 12:30. Let's say it's roughly a 2-hour game. 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. From, gosh, yeah. For about 2.5, 3 hours max. Like, they can probably push it back a little bit. For 3 hours, they have to try to find out, okay, because I think the bracketology, who's there right now, and the teams that are in right now, which are Auburn from the South. Auburn, Marquette, Baylor, Clemson, Colorado State, Arizona, High Point, Illinois, Drake, Kentucky, Troy, Missouri, West Virginia, Michigan State, Warford. From the West, Florida, Norfolk, Creighton, New Mexico, BYU, Xavier, Michigan, Akron, UCLA, UC San Diego, Texas Tech, Utah Valley, Gonzaga, Oklahoma, St. John's, Omaha. Then from the East, Duke, UConn, Mississippi State, Oregon, Liberty, Maryland, Yale, Ole Miss, VCU, Iowa State, UNC, Wilmington, Kansas, Utah State, Bama, Bryant. And then from the Midwest, Houston, SIU, Memphis, Georgia, Purdue, McNeese, Texas A&M, Linscomb, Louisville, Vanderbilt, or San Diego State, Wisconsin, Robert Morris, St. Mary's, Arkansas, Tennessee, or Montana. Out of like all these teams that are there, I think like we can already see Ole Miss has an arrow going up, Maryland has an arrow going down. So like they're probably going to sit and they probably have the bracket ready. Like, let's not kid ourselves. They have the bracket ready, but they have it ready in a spot where it's like, okay, this is what the bracket's going to look like if Tennessee wins. This is what the bracket's going to look like if Florida wins. This is what the bracket's going to look like if Wisconsin wins. This is what the bracket's going to look like if Michigan wins. Because if George Mason beats VCU, it doesn't determine the outcome of the bracket too much and too crazy. It really doesn't. So, and I think the winner of the Cornell Yale or UAB Memphis, I think they're one of the first four in where they have to play on Thursday. No, Tuesday. Wait, hold on. Shit, sorry. Because the first four, those games start Tuesday. So, yeah. Okay. So, there's a crazy layup by Trey Donaldson to end the game. So that's how that one ended. And then, like I said about the Arizona and Houston game, similar for the way that one ended in Tucson to how this one ended in the Big 12 championship game. Houston, they went on a run there at the very end of the game. Arizona was only able to score 2 points in the final remaining minutes, as the Cougs just went on an improbable run to mount the comeback and then solidify their spot in the history books. I know a lot of people were talking about how, not a lot of people want to win these conference championships because it's like, we're just wasting our time because it's games and stuff. I think that really, it's kind of a disservice because, if anything, what it's done is it's bought St. John's, because St. John's wasn't going to be a 1 seed. Like, they're number 6 overall, but after having won this tournament and won the Big East, they've earned their shot to an easier path to get to the Elite 8 in whatever region they're going to be in. Because they'll be the 1 seed playing a 16 seed, and then they'll be a 9 versus 8 seed. Oh, shit, yeah, Charles Woodson was done. He was D-O-N-E done by halftime. But it's earned them a better spot. And even Creighton being runners up, I think that earns them a little bit of a better spot, I would say. I mean, and we saw clearly, even though Maryland lost last second, they're dropping. So, and then we saw Tennessee beat Auburn 70-65. Hey, I had Auburn versus Alabama, and look how wrong I freaking was. And then Florida just belt to ass. They whooped the Tide. I don't know how the hell that one happened. It was 45-47 going into halftime. So there's that. But then the 20-point, differential in the second half. Bama only scored 37 points in the second half. Florida scored 57. Like, this thing was out of reach. Like, it just great defense and great shooting by Florida to get 104 points overall. And who else played today? Memphis, they did beat Tulane by 1 point, 78-77. And then Duke, number 1 overall team, they beat Louisville 62-73. Without the help of Cooper Flagg as well. So, a lot of people wondering, and I loved how they asked the commission, I think it was the commissioner, where they asked, does the injury to Cooper Flagg affect the placement in where they're ranked? And he was like, no, not at all. Because they said they've been in talks with Duke on wondering and knowing his availability. And it kind of makes me think about Florida State fans turn away. Like the fact when Jordan Travis was injured and like it kept him out of the college playoff. But like, yeah, no, like there's still, you know, all those other players on Duke. And clearly, if Duke can win the ACC without Cooper Flagg, if they have to sit him for the first round, I would not be surprised. If this injury is worse than we think, I would not be surprised if Cooper Flagg sits till the Sweet 16. But I don't, you know. We'll see, because, like, let's look at the bracketology here. Duke, who are they projected to play? They are projected to play American or Mount St. Mary's. I wouldn't waste our time. Like, with how Duke is sitting right now as an automatic qualifier and an automatic bid, yeah, I'd throw my guys who I have already out there to go play either team. Now, if we have to play Mississippi State, I'd back off. I'd be like, okay, I'd let Cooper Flagg make the choice. But if we're playing UConn, hell yeah, I'm going to need, oh my gosh, Antonio Brown, dude. What a freaking throwback, man. Antonio Brown in the freaking Super Bowl, dude. I think he's a rookie here. Before the CTE. No. But, I mean, Duke versus UConn in the second round. A 1 versus 8. Like, that has upset written all over it. And if Cooper Flagg, again, this is all an overreaction. If Cooper Flagg is not back by this time, absolutely, I have the upset. I have UConn moving on to the Sweet 16, getting that 1-8 upset. But, I mean, if Cooper Flagg's healthy, Duke's probably going to roll him. Just because UConn, who UConn has been as a team this year. Sorry, we've kind of been distracted this stream. Let me go back to other scores and stuff. We didn't talk about Creighton's. It was a close game. Like, the score 82-66 doesn't indicate how close this thing was. I mean, the Blue Jays did lead at halftime 28-25, and there was 12 minutes left, 10 minutes left in the game where, like, this shit was really close. There's a part of me that was wondered why, like, every single time something big happens for St. John's, the crowd just explodes. And it made me wonder why the hell is it getting so loud? St. John's is in Queens. I didn't know that. No, I agree. From Dakota Miller, Jordan Love, like Rogers, doesn't have the clutch factor in big games. I agree. Jordan Love does not have the clutch gene, but Rogers does. I don't know how much he's got it now, but actually, NFL Network might be doing a little bit of foreshadowing. You know, they're playing Rogers Super Bowl, and he might go be a Steeler. How funny is that? Let's see if Sports Center has anything on. Oh, they're talking about Boston and Brooklyn. Saw the Warriors beat the Knicks too. I was watching the end of that game before I turned the stream on. Ooh! Hello, Kristaps Porzingis. Give me that. Oh my. Oh shit. Ooh, 115 to 113. Brooklyn. Keeping that thing close. Dun-dun-dun. All right, commercial break anyway. What? What are you talking about? There's context to every single Niners loss, though. You can't just look at the game and go, oh, he's 0-4 against the Niners. Like, there's context to every single one. And, like, his offense still needed to score points against the Steelers. Like, you know. Like, if he didn't have a clutch gene, he wouldn't have gone to all those NFC Championship games. If he didn't have a clutch gene, he'd be looked at like how Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, who else? Big Ben, Joe Flacco. He'd be looked at like how a lot of other people like look at those quarterbacks. Yeah, and did you see how many times his defense didn't bail him out? How many times did Rodgers have a top 5 defense like Brady? He never did. He never did. Like Aaron Rodgers. No, not really. Dude, no. Like the Lions, the Motown Hail Mary, the Lions were, I would think, Lions went to the playoffs that year and lost to the Cowboys. The Hail Mary to Janis against the Cardinals was in the divisional round. Like, these aren't bad teams. Like, he's just clutch. Plus, again, it's your defense not tackling Larry Fitzgerald. Like, that's not his fault. If Aaron Rodgers had like the willpower and dark magic, like how Tom Brady does or Patrick Mahomes, to just will his team to win games and stuff, and like the ownership would actually draft talent around Rodgers, like how they seem to be doing for Jordan Love, or how the Bills and Bengals and Chiefs seem to be doing around their quarterbacks, Rodgers would be in talks for the GOAT, like how Brady was. Like, Robert Kraft made moves to get Brady help. GMs didn't do shit for Rodgers. Like, Rodgers made Jordan Nelson good. Jordan Nelson is an average receiver. Like, Clay Matthews, B.J. Raji, A.J. Hawk. Charles Woodson's the only Hall of Famer that, like, stats and name alone speak for themselves. But it's like every single Packers team that made a run was a ragtag group of guys. Like, it wasn't all pros and first teams. Like, Packers didn't draft shit. What the hell are you talking about, dude? Dude, you're talking to one of the biggest Packer fans. You don't think I fucking don't know this shit, dude? It's like, I've literally watched every single big game out of Rodgers. Like, I don't know. The hell are you talking about, bro? The hell are you talking about? I'm literally watching the game right now. The hell are you talking about? Yeah, let me guess, it's his fault. He lost to Seattle, too. The hell are you freaking talking about? You're banned. Let's get this banned guy out of here, chat. Let's ban him. You're banned. Fucking dork. Tell me I don't know shit about Rodgers. Okay. Okay, big tough guy. Well, I did see this. Mountain West Championship. Colorado State defeats number 5 Boise State 69-56. Miami and Akron going at it. Who won this one? Oh, a little family affair. Coaches were childhood friends for this one. Oh, this one ain't close. Oh, this one ain't close at all. Oh, damn. Okay, here we go. Oh, buzzer. I'll get the shot off. Oh. 18-point comeback. Largest since 2018. Akron's going dancing. Iona, how'd Iona do against Mount St. Mary's? 52-45. Oh, damn. 63-49. That shit was not close. Okay, Maine against Bryant. Hello, alley-oop. Whatever happened to that one dude who he played for St. Peter's and then he transferred to Bryant and like fell off the face of the earth? Oh, Conference USA, Big West, Atlantic 10, Ivy, WAC, SWAC, SEC, AAC, and the Big Ten still need to have their championship games, and then they'll be in it. I think it's funny for these smaller leagues like the SWAC, the WAC, Ivy League, Big West, where, okay, you won it, but it's like, hold on, pump the brakes. We need you to play each other in like the first four or something. You don't actually get to be in this field of 64. I feel, shit, I think I looked this up. Hold on, let me see. ...2011 was when the men's tournament expanded to 68 teams, including the first four. And so I think... I mean, it's been shit. Okay, 2021, 10 years. I think in the next... By maybe 2030, I think they might expand it to a little bit more. Because... I mean, just looking at bracketology here. Okay. Teams on the bubble: Oklahoma, Arkansas, West Virginia, Utah State. First four out: Boise State, who beat New Mexico State, who was the number one team in the Mountain West. I think Boise State should have gone and had some fun. North Carolina should just go because it's North Carolina. You know what I mean? Now, I know there's some biasy there, kind of like how there's SEC bias for college football. But North Carolina. You could have Texas go because Texas did have a couple upsets in the regular season. And then you could have Dayton go because, I mean, Dayton's had some pretty good teams over the past few, like maybe 2 or 3 good teams in the past decade. But if you did, because I think the one way that you could do it is the 1, 2. Wait, do the 15s play each other? Hold on. Because I know the 16s play each other. The 16s play each other, and then the 11s play each other. You could have the 1, 2, 3, and the 4. You could have the top 4 seeds sit. And then have 2 teams for the 16, 2 teams. So, 2 extra 16, 2 extra 15, 2 extra 14, 2 extra 13. So that's... Shit, I gotta do some simple math here. 8 times 4, 32. Okay, 64 plus, hold on. 96? Expand the bracket to 96 teams? Maybe. Maybe. Oh. All right, let's get back on the topic of basketball shit. We got sidelined trying to, justify for all the Aaron Rodgers hate. See, the thing that's stupid about trying to fight me on the shit about Aaron Rodgers is it's like either A, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you have nothing better to do, you just want to fight someone random online, so there's that. But B is it's like the Aaron Rodgers criticism now, it has nothing to do with football anymore. Like, the people who are calling for Aaron Rodgers to retire, it has nothing to do with football. It has everything to do with the fact that, like, the NFL chose to villainize him. And, like, yeah, you can fall into that propaganda bullshit and, like, read into all of it. Kind of like how I do and, like, turn a blind eye. Where, yeah, you watch his Enigma documentary. You follow chronologically the events that took place on the Pat McAfee show. Or, you can follow it from that point of view and see that. But, like, I think it's really funny to see how there are some players who may or may not have the same opinions as him, but who aren't as open and loud as he is, don't get as much hate. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. Like, the only difference between him and them is he actually just says shit that's on his mind. Like, he really does. Like, turn back the clock, go watch some old Pat McAfee, go watch some old Travis Kelce interviews on the Pat McAfee show. Like, that show, they used to just chop the shit up and stuff. And it's become a little bit more corporatized since ESPN bought McAfee out. But, like, I think it's so funny that when people try to have these arguments and these debates on Rodgers, it goes from, like, okay, this can be a somewhat civil debate, and then it just turns into bullshit on, like, just, oh, look at just, like, stuff that's not even fucking relevant to football. Where it's like, oh, okay, I see how. Like, it's kind of the same thing when you try to argue MJ versus LeBron. It's like, it's a pointless argument. Like, we know who the better one is. Like, why are we arguing it? And yeah, it's like I've sat here and I've listened and I've watched so-called professionals. I've listened to analysts, to quote Nerdrotic, like, belittle and criticize the character of Aaron Rodgers over his game, when statistically Rodgers didn't even have that bad of a season last year. Like, were the Jets dog shit? Absolutely. But, like, Aaron Rodgers doesn't control what ownership does. Like, there was that leak that talked about how his son was making the choices based off of Madden. Do I think that was real? No, I think that was also kind of like a bullshit. Like, why would the GM listen to his son on making moves to further your team? Like, I think that's just bullshit too. But, like, the fact that, like, back-to-back MVPs, we just throw it away. The fact that he's a Super Bowl champ, we throw it away. The fact that he's had a 15-1 team. The fact that, like, all these things, these good things that he's done on the field, it doesn't fucking matter, because he likes to talk and use his mouth and speak up for things he thinks about and believes in. Like, it's so stupid. And so, when people try to criticize, like, Aaron Rodgers and saying, oh, he doesn't have that clutch gene, he doesn't have that clutch factor. Well, my friend, if you do the research like how I have, you'd actually watch the fucking games, you would know. Our defense couldn't stop a nosebleed against the number one offense, which was Atlanta that year. Yeah, no fucking shit, we weren't going to beat the Falcons. They're the number one team. We're the number 7 team. We were the wild card team. We went on a run that year. It's not Aaron Rodgers' fault that Bostic can't catch an onside kick in Seattle. Like, he's talked about that one. It's not Rodgers' fault that the defense can't stop Wilson and the Seahawks. Like they were up 22. I think they're up 22-12 with 8 minutes to go or something like that. That's on the defense. That has nothing to do with Rodgers. Like, time and time again in these big games, Rodgers and the defense has just melted because our ownership, our GM, we don't draft top caliber guys. We only have recently, like getting Jair Alexander. But like you look at shit. I'm just trying to think of like loud defensive guys. Like I'm trying to think of who are like, because like this year everybody's talking about Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter. But I'm trying to think of like 2011 and 2012, who are the best defensive guys. Like we know Manti Te'o was up there, but like Manti Te'o never really had an NFL career. Shit, why can I not? Basically, anyway, like we never had a top 5 defense. We never had a top 3 defense like how the Patriots did. Like that is one thing that I think will always be able to compare and argue in the future of sports as this thing gets longer down the line is, does Mahomes have more rings than Aaron Rodgers? Hell yeah. Like you can't take that away. But the fact that like Brady, Rodgers, Manning, Montana. Well, I can't actually speak about Montana because I didn't watch any Niner games because I wasn't alive during that decade. But it's like Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker, Wes Welker. Like Peyton Manning took these average receivers and made them into something. Brady took this tight end out of Arizona, Gronkowski, and made him something. Like that's what the difference between Mahomes and then Brady and Rodgers and Manning is. You give Mahomes these first team all Pro Bowlers, and yeah, he's going to look pretty fucking good. But then you take them away, how good is Mahomes really going to be? And that's where I think the difference is going to be. And I'll say this till my face turns blue and until the cows come home, is we're going to see Mahomes' success after Andy Reid retires. Like, it's great he's been to 5 Super Bowls and he's won 3, okay? And you're going to compare stats between ages of Mahomes now and Tom Brady with age now. And you're just going to compare all these stats and numbers and all this bullshit. But you're not going to look at the context of how many of these playoff wins were at home versus on the road. Okay? Well, he went on the road, he beat Baltimore, he beat Buffalo, okay. And then he won the Super Bowl against the 49ers going back to back. Okay. So Mahomes can win on the road. So there is that. Okay. But you have Hopkins. You have Kelsey. You have Xavier Worthy. You have Kareem Hunt. You did have Tyreek Hill. Like, all these weapons, Rodgers didn't have these many weapons. Like, remember when the Packers had a tight end at running back, Starks and Montgomery? We had a running back wearing number 88. Like, our running back, Eddie Lacy, was way too out of shape, so we had to throw our fullback in there, Starks, number 44, to be the running back. Like, it's just so... It's so funny that, like, people try to, like, if Mahomes would just have help, Like, Rodgers didn't get that help. Like, Devontae Adams was nobody, you know what I mean? But then coming in as a rookie, like Aaron Rodgers made him good. He made, he also had Donald Glover. He had Donald Driver, Greg Jennings. Like, that's what the difference is Rodgers made receivers good. Like Robert Tonyan in 2020 was a top 3 tight end. But nobody talks about him now, and he's not even, I don't even think he's in the league anymore. Like Marquez Valdez-Scantling, MVS was a top 5 receiver in 2020 and 2021. And after having left the Packers, he's been tossed around from the Chiefs, the Saints, and now he's on the Seahawks. So, like, again, Rodgers made dudes' careers, and he made dudes good. Manning did. Brady did. So, I mean, shit. The Hogan, number 15, when the Patriots, I don't know if they won a Super Bowl with Hogan, number 15. I know they lost the Super Bowl 52 when he was on the team. But like Chris Hogan, dude played freaking lacrosse. So like just the fact that, sorry, I have a lot of useless knowledge when it comes to sports, when it comes to football, so that like when people try to just bring up these arguments and shit, like it goes in one ear and out the other, and I just ignore it because it's like you're looking at it just from a point of view where it's like, yeah, Colin Kaepernick used to be fucking good. And yeah, our defense could not stop the run. So yeah, we went 0-2 against him. And hey, wouldn't you know, when we fast forward time to 2022 and we have the number 1 seed, we're in Lambeau. Guess what? We didn't draft anybody to help us stop the run, and Deebo Samuel runs all over us. And Jimmy G was still kind of pretty decent. So, like, it just, you look at it from, oh, he's just 0-4. Like, there's still context to this shit. Like, there's context to everything. Gosh, yeah, like, there's a laundry list of playoff games Brady won that he shouldn't have. There's a laundry list of playoff games Mahomes has won that he shouldn't have. You could say the same thing with Rodgers. Like, it comes louder, you know, the name choke artist. It comes louder because in these games when it's like, you maybe shouldn't have won that game. Like, the difference is the Chiefs find a way to win it, and they win it, whether there is or isn't controversy. The thing, having watched Packer games my whole life, the thing is the Packers do lose. Like, they straight up lose. So, like, look at all the rule changes that have happened with the Chiefs and stuff, because we don't like them winning. And I'll give Nick Wright a little bit of credit on this, but it was kind of a picky point where it's like, oh, the Bills have actually changed the rules so much. But it's like, I literally said it on an effing stream that the second Josh Allen was stopped short, I was like, they're probably going to go into this offseason. And you know some shady shit's going on when legislation of the NFLPA need to get involved to make slight rule changes. What are they implementing? What are they implementing now? Sensors in the football. Why? Because everybody and their dog knew that Josh Allen had that first down. But because the ref on the far end's like, no, I have him spotted right here. And instead of having the closer ref spotted, the farther ref. Again, the fourth quarter still happened. There was still Dalton Kincaid's drop. There's still plenty of things that transpired in the rest of that game. And, you know, Josh Allen will say there were still opportunities that could have won it, because there was. But when they go and they try to make rule changes like this, changing overtime rules, first down markers, sensories in the football to measure a first down, like, none of these benefits, like, no rule changes were in benefit or place for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. We want to protect the quarterback. Let's not hit the quarterback. A lot of this was because of Brady. So, I think it's funny. So, yeah, I still stand by with, if Rodgers had a top 5 defense and the GMs didn't fall asleep every April in free agency and drafting, I think Aaron easily could have maybe 4. Like, he probably wouldn't have gone as much, but like, yeah, let me think here. Like, because 2020 and 2021, we definitely should have freaking gone there. And that's when he was verbally out loud saying, hey, I have problems here. Let's get me some help. But God damn. Because the Super Bowl 48 and 49 had to happen. Like the Seahawks going back to back. Did the Packers go to the playoffs for Super? Yes, because Hail Mary to Janice, Larry Fitzgerald's Hail Mary scramble play. Super Bowl 50. Damn. Yeah, maybe he probably only would have gone to the Super Bowl 4 or 5 more times. He'd definitely still be on the Packers now, but again, who the hell knows? It's all hypothetical, man. It's all freaking hypothetical. Anyway, that's enough of me crashing out. Let's see. Anything else? Let's see the NBA here. I did see this when Draymond Green hit the sleeper. It's like, no, Green. You don't do that. Curry does. How many have the Heat lost here? 7? 7 straight? 7 straight and 8 out of your last 9. Who would have fucking thought when you get rid of your main player, Jimmy Butler, his attitude, blah, blah, blah. Charlotte. You lost to Charlotte? I mean, you beat Washington, okay. You lose to Cleveland, you lose to Minnesota, you lose to the Clippers and Boston, okay. But you lose to Chicago and Charlotte. Oh, it is so freaking hard to be a freaking sports fan. Well, and then the other thing too, okay. Considering how little to no ball knowledge I know of basketball, but being a Heat fan, like I know at least enough to know, hey, yeah, Jimmy Butler has a little bit of an attitude problem, but he's not worth trading and uprooting our whole franchise around, because we literally saw it with LeBron. LeBron was not going to beat the Spurs. He was not going to beat the Mavericks. Like, the West was just too damn strong. And contracts were, getting a little there towards the end. So what does he do? Hightails it out of there. Goes back to Cleveland. But that set Miami back for 7 freaking years. And it set him back until Jimmy Butler in the bubble in 2020. So, literally what happened here with, the off-season comments of, hey, if I wasn't injured, this is who we'd be beating and stuff. Whether Jimmy was trolling, there's still a little bit of truth that Jimmy Butler was saying. Because no matter if we're ranked number 1 or number 8, look at the history and how many playoff series we have won and how far the Heat have gone every single playoffs since 2020. Did we get dog walked by the Bucks in 2021? Yes. Did we lose in the first round? Yes, we got our asses kicked. I think either we were swept or we lost 4-1. Okay, a little bit of, pent up aggression by Milwaukee. They get a little bit of revenge. Okay, that's fine. But look how far they got in 2022, 2023. And yeah, that's it. Because 2024, Jimmy Butler was injured, and they could only get to, I think, Game 6. But yeah, it's just because Boston, guaranteed, freaking teed. if the Warriors, I will laugh all the way to the freaking bank. If the Warriors go on another freaking run like they did in 2022, ugh. And when, like, I feel this way about Russell Westbrook, Wist. I feel this way for Russell Westbrook, and I feel this way for Jimmy Butler. If one of those two guys wins a championship this year, I'm going to laugh my way to the frickin' bank because they were supposedly the problem on their teams, and now it doesn't matter because Westbrook's an NBA champion. Butler is an NBA champion. Like, Warriors aren't winning the NBA Finals without Butler. Like, it's that simple. They aren't. Look how they were doing before the trade, and look at how they're doing after, which is so freaking funny to see that the Warriors are 13-1 after the Butler trade, and Miami has lost 7 straight. Like, it's hilarious. It is freaking hilarious. Like, I was about to say NFL owners. These owners, like, they just get this big head. And I know that Riley is one of the most successful NBA owners ever in the history of the game. But it's like, look at what's going on. Tyler Hero's not the guy. Only time will tell before Bam Adebayo wants out of town. Because don't you think Adebayo wants to go be a rotational key piece with Boston or Cleveland or hell, Milwaukee? Don't you think Adebayo wants to go? Because, like, you got Adebayo and Hero. That's about it. Really. So, it just... Because Wiggins... I know Wiggins is a champ, and I know Wiggins helped in one game back in the 2022 NBA Finals, and you can't take that away from him. But, like, from his whole career up until this point, that's the biggest standout in his playoff resume and overall resume. Was that one, what was it, Game 4, Game 5? Game 4 or Game 5 when Klay Thompson was shooting like shit and ice cold and Curry couldn't get the 3 ball to go. Andrew Wiggins stepped up with Draymond Green and they helped him take a 3-2 series lead, I think it was, or something. So, yeah. I think, yeah, it had to be... But yeah, Minnesota didn't do shit. Golden State. It had to have been game. Hold on, let me look up. Wiggins, NBA Finals. Google, who blew a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals? Damn, I don't know. It's not like it's the team I'm looking up. No. Sorry. Freaking sick as shit, man. Don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Oh, it was Game 5. Yep, 26 point, 13 rebounds, 2 assists in Game 5. That helped them get the 3-2 series lead to go back to Boston, where Curry had a Game 6 performance that sealed the deal. From the Holy Emu. Man, I can't believe Auburn. Hopefully, hopefully we pull our shit together. Dude, I had Auburn. I had Auburn winning the SEC title against Alabama, so I do not blame you for feeling that way. I thought they could get it done. They've been the best. I know Duke's the number one overall team, but that ranking is because of Sears' go ahead buzzer beater in the last game of the last. You know what I mean? So I think Auburn was the best team this whole season, and now I think what's going to happen. Tennessee. Yeah. Oh no, they earned it. But here's what I think is going to happen. Let's look at some of the bracketology here. Yeah. Well, yeah. Some games. Clearly, this one are won on the free throw line. Countdown to Selection Sunday. 10 crucial decisions facing the committee, and the thumbnail is R.J. Davis of North Carolina. Oh, boys, don't worry, they're not gonna leave you out. Like, dude, they would leave. I could see them. There's like, who do we leave out? I was like, not the Heels. Sorry, let's go here in the men's bracket here. Sorry, bracketology. Brother, we are in March. Hay is in the barn, brother. Australian Grand Prix? F1 is live right now. What the hell? Oh, well, it is Australia. Oh, March. No. I'm just giving you crap. Well, I'm definitely going to watch this. Race control. Formation lap will start at 15:15 local time. Hey, is it hard to just say 3:15? Why the hell you gotta be so fancy with it? Just say 3:15. No, 15:15. Who the hell is Michael Pierce? Oh, is Michael Pierce F1? I don't follow Formula. My buddy wants me to follow Formula. I'm like, nah, I'm okay. Not a Formula, not a NASCAR. Like, I know racing is a sport, but I don't follow it closely. Let's look at Auburn. So Auburn is projected to be from the South, the number 1 seed, and they'll play Jackson State or St. Francis, and then their 8 or 9 matchup will be Marquette or Baylor. Allegedly, right now, that's how the standings are sitting. Oh, a lineman from the Raven. Oh. I don't know. I'm not a Ravens fan. Bro, you missed the crash out about an hour ago. I was crashing out on a dude about sports. I'm not a Ravens fan, so I'm a Packers fan. Oh, there's Max Verstappen. So Auburn, I think Auburn just has a tough slate from here on out. If they got to get out of the round of 32. If they can get out of the round of 32, I think they have a shot until the Elite Eight, where they probably run into Michigan State. Because, okay, you beat Marquette or you beat Baylor. You can beat Clemson. You can beat Colorado State. You can damn sure beat Arizona and High Point. You can beat Illinois. You can beat Drake. You can beat Kentucky. You can beat Troy. You can beat Missouri. You can beat West Virginia. And you can beat Wolford. But that 2 seed Michigan State that's sitting at the bottom of the bracket as you're sitting up at the top, that 1 and 2. The odds of the 1 and 2 teams running into each other at the regional final for the Elite Eight, not high and not likely 1,000% going to happen, but yeah. Yeah, and that's if they get momentum. You know what I mean? Because Marquette's a tough team, man. What if they have to play Marquette? They don't even get past the round of 32. We get a round 2 upset. Peter Bayer, CEO. Race control formation lap will start at 3:15. Also in about a minute. So apparently down there in Australia, it is 3:15. And I'm probably already going to get canceled, you frickin' bigot, for trying to talk. Oh, hell yeah, there's a Texas flag down there. Ooh, all this started when we dropped A&M and stalled out. Hot take. I'll hear you out on that one. Yeah, some teams like some teams, they're good for too long, and then yeah, they freaking look at Alabama back in 2023. Alabama, I think, lost 1 game all season, and then they lost, I don't know, I think, let me double check. Oh shit, I love when I have to double check yourself. 2023 SEC bracket. Men's tournament bracket. Oh, they did win. They did win the championship against Texas A&M that year. But they were the number 1 seed, Alabama. And they beat the Aggies. But Alabama was 16-2. Oh, that's conference. No, who am I thinking of? It was Bama. Was it? Like it was really recent. It was either this year or because Gonzaga would be an easy team to throw out there, but like where you only lose 2 games in the whole season, but then you get to March Madness and you just shit the bed in the second round. Auburn lost to Yale last year. Let's go to the internet, because apparently the internet's never wrong. Hold on. Where's my, we need to, hold on. I need to pull up we need to have a display capture. Hold on. Let's have a right here, and then we'll go right here, and then we'll go here, minimize this. Now let's put that right there. That's kind of our thing, is imploding upon ourselves like a dying star. Oh, well. Anybody remember this one? Wait. Against Farley Dickinson. Farley Dickinson. They didn't even have a logo. Like this whole, oh, it's a Knights chess piece. They didn't have that logo at the time. It was just FDU. Like this thumbnail's probably been updated. Like This whole, oh, they have a logo. No, dude. They did not have a freaking logo. It was just FDU. Zach Edey and the boys played like dog shit that day, and they got whooped. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose. Oh, I didn't realize I was on mute. Sorry. Just the moisture kicking up at this Australian F1 race. Because apparently it rained over there. Down under. I can't imagine how slippery that track is. Yeah. Farley Dickinson. What's another one that's... So this also happened that year. Oh my, someone already fucking wrecked. Dude, you rookie. Duhan. Jack Duhan. Dumbass. Then these guys. Princeton Tigers against Arizona. Number 2 overall. Number 2 overall, like they... And the funny thing too, is they had just beat Tiger Campbell, Jaime Jaquez, Johnny Juzang, the one that's on the Heat right now. They just beat, and there was another center that they had that was pretty damn good. Like UCLA was damn good that year, and I thought that they could have won it all. Like there were a handful of years where UCLA had a team, but those Wildcats had just beat UCLA in the Pac-12 championship game. Like, I don't know, 2-3 nights before. Nope. Arizona versus UCLA Pac-12 championship. Yep, number 2 tops UCLA. Yep. Marched. Yeah, this one right here. March 11th. So then March 11th. And then 5 days later, you come back down to Earth. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know how far did UCLA get in 2023? 2023 March Madness bracket. Ah, shit, another person crashed. Do you guys know how to fucking drive? It's your job. Okay? Who crashed this time? Oh, whoopsie. Little slip right there. Well, okay. I can't talk too much shit. It's showing the driver view, and it's foggy as hell. You can't see shit. So, let's see the division 2023 division men's bracket. Now this bracket was all over the freaking place. Like San Diego State played FAU, and then Miami played UConn. Like this Final Four, all over the freaking place. Like it was messy. This year was so freaking messy. Yeah, so Alabama lost to San Diego State. Sweet 16. Bama shit the bed. When we're talking about teams that gain momentum. Where the hell is UCLA? There's UCLA. They fetchin' lost to Gonzaga. And then this game right here, this is when we knew UConn was going to win it all. But then we started to pay attention and we were like, oh shit, it's inevitable. And I remember because we were like, they beat Iona, whatever. and they beat St. Mary's, whatever. But then after we started to look at the point differential, and then we saw how much they just dismantled the shit out of the Bulldogs, we're like, oh fuck, they're gonna win this whole thing. And sure enough, they did, because they dismantled Miami, and then they whooped the shit out of St. Like, UConn's back-to-back runs, impressive as hell. There's nothing to take away from it. But I remember out of this bracket, I think, let me look up if I have I want to say I still have it public. I think I have my somewhere around here. Like, I still keep tabs. College men basketball picks. Yep. Here it is. Wait. Yes. I think this is who I had. Wait. No, this isn't it, because Gonzaga does play UCLA. Hold on. I think this is before. This was my preseason pick. No, this is my preseason pick, because these two were in the... Hold on, fuck. How do... Shit. See, because these two end up... They end up playing each other. They're in the same damn division. Hold on. Where... Okay. This. Hold on. Let me crop it more so it can fit in the picture better. Hello? How about this? Scooch. Oh. Oh. How about that? Oh my gosh. How about that? Hold on. How the frick am I doing? Oh, it's perfect. Okay, no, it's perfect. It's lined up perfectly. This was my prediction for 2023. But these guys shit the bed. It just... It's a joke. Oh, look, another crash. Go figure. A Formula One slick track with a little light drizzle. We already have 3 cautions out. I wonder if the CEO of F1 Racing is going, damn, maybe we should have delayed our race day. We have 3 crashes already. I mean, a little bit of rain happens and, a little bit of football weather for a football game. They delay the game. And that's just football. Like, you would think vehicular, mechanical vehicles going at hundreds of miles per hour with designed wheels to slip around a track on a dry day, you think they'd delay it a little with rain conditions. No. We're in Australia. We're F1. We know what the fuck we're doing. We're better than you American, NASCAR watchers. So here we are on lap 4 of 57 when we've already had 4 crashes and 4 cautions. Why? Because it's slick as shit over there. But anyway, Verstappen's in second place, so we will not stop this race. Okay, sorry, let me read the chat here. But yeah, Auburn sports teams are chaos. Oh yeah. It feels like every 3rd or 4th year, if you get a top 3 ranked Alabama team going to Jordan-Hare, oh, it's a disaster waiting to happen. Sign up for newsletter? No, hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. We got a 3-game winning streak in the SEC, then lost to New Mexico State, and then Bama 4-31. Yeah. Well, it's called March Madness. You see, Georgia Tech almost spoiled Duke's season. I did see that. You see, Cars going at high speeds are always perfectly safe for the water. I agree. No, I did see Georgia Tech almost upset Duke's perfect little Cinderella run, and I will give a lot of credit to Duke that the fact it either two things. Two things, and I'm trying to be fair when I say this. It either shows what a complete team Duke is without having Cooper Flagg, where it's like, damn, okay, this is a complete team, because Cooper Flagg wasn't the only one that was injured. Brown was also injured. So there were two key injuries on that Duke Blue Devils team. So it either showed, damn, this team has depth and they can play big games without their starting guys, or the ACC is just weak as shit. So, I know. Really positive is like, hey, this is a complete team. Or ACC's weak. Like, there's no in between. Because Clemson was a damn good team last year. And they're gone. It's 9:30. Oh shit! It's 9:30. Dude, a part of me wants to just keep watching. Hold on, I'm gonna take a picture of this for my buddy. Part of me wants to keep watching this, but then another part of me wants to just game. Hey, thanks for checking in, man. It was a fun stream. Thanks for coming and hanging out. We'll catch you later. All right. Who else blew? Well, this is the other Virginia. What USB? No. Call. UMBC, not USBC. Whoops. UMBC. Virginia. Yeah, that's the one we all remember. 74-54. Like, they blew them out. It wasn't even close. They whooped their ass. Like, look at that. Yeah. Hang your head in shame, you loser. Fuck. They like, look at this. Tied 20-21. Half, whatever, you know. A lot of these games are tight anyways at halftime. But then to get outscored by 20 in this, like, hang your head in shame. And you want to know what's funny? Is these losing sons of bitches went on to win the next year on some pretty controversial calls. I'll call it how it is. Like, I really think Michigan State or Auburn should have won it that year, but yeah. And what's funny out of all of this too is everybody who's on the court during this game, none of them went to the league. So like that's what's so. I'll say this too. Is that's what's so funny to me about college basketball, and the difference between college basketball and NBA basketball. Here, let me hide this. I think we can do away with this. We're going to do away with this, chat. And then I'm going to wrap up the rest of the stream. And we're going to get ready for some Red Dead. And we'll play some Red Dead tonight. Is that we're more focused on foreign players, and I'm not meaning that foreign player. Like no. There's generational talents like Victor Wembanyama, obviously. Yeah, you're gonna want to go get guys like him, but woo. I look at players. You can look at Jody from St. John's. You can look at Cockrenner from Creighton, Ashworth for grade. There's guys that aren't even going to get a chance in the league, but there's who have the talent to do it, who if you work hard enough, they could be a great role player or something. Like, yeah, an Austin Reeves type, an Alex Caruso type, a Dort type, a PJ Tucker now, because, yeah, he's coming off the bench and he's a little older. But, like, you could have guys that could help motivate a squad and be a good locker room presence. But no, we need to shill for players like Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid, Bronny James. Like, it's just all this bullshit of, like, we know Cooper Flagg's going to go number 1 overall. The dude from BYU is probably going to go number 2 overall, but we think we care about college basketball, and we do around March Madness and all that, but like the draft, dude, the draft don't give a shit about college athletes like how they do for football. But with football, it's also a double-edged sword too, because it's like, yeah, we care about big boy football, but like D2, D3, who are you? So, like, I think the last big, the Trey Lance, that was the last big D2. No, let me double check. I don't think North Dakota State is North Dakota State. I think it's D1, but it's not division. It is Division 1, but it's subdivision. It's not part of the elite, like Big E, like Big Ten. Yeah, Big Ten, ACC, SEC. So, all right, people, we're gonna end the stream there. But anyways, people on the shorts end, peace. Thanks for the 5 votes. There we go. Okay. See you guys later. We'll end that. Shit, man. Yeah, this stream's gone way too long. This stream went longer than I thought it would. We got freaking distracted halfway through with the Rodgers rant. Yeah, fuck out of here. But, yeah. We'll end it here. Yeah. We'll see you guys. See you guys later.